everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back to Bookish Blonde, or if you're new here, welcome. So happy you found my channel. This is part 2. I'm going to link part 1 down below of my bookshelf tour. So today we have part 2. We are going to be talking about my shelves that contain my contemporary books and my historical fiction books. Contemporary to me means, general fiction, women fictions, basically books that are not fantasy, they're not magical, they're not mystery thriller, they're not strictly just romance, and also books that, I'm not really sure where to put them. We're going to put them on the contemporary shelf. So I have, let's see, the shelf's right behind me. So we left off right there at my fantasy. That was the end of the fantasy magical shelves. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves that are contemporary, and I have over here on this side 1, 2, 3, 4 that are historical fiction. So that is a few more shelves than I covered last time, so we will see how. I apologize if this video is over 30 minutes, but if it is, maybe grab a snack, make sure you're comfortable, have a drink of water or some coffee or tea or something next to you, because this might be a little longer. I won't go into a ton of detail about what these books are for obvious reasons, but my goal is to find out how many books I have on my shelves, how many of these that I own have I read, and my little challenge to myself is to try to pick at least one book off each shelf to either unhaul, whether or not it's just I'm not interested in reading anymore, it's not sparking joy anymore compared to the others on that shelf, or if I'm really having a hard time, at least putting one in my try a chapter pile that already I think has like 7 books in it. And then when this process is all over, I'm going to do a try a chapter of those books and give you guys my thoughts so you have closure on what is actually staying on my shelves. So let's just get started. Okay, first shelf has 25 books on it. Let's just get started. My first book is... Well, we'll just grab all of these. Okay, so we have Mitch Albom, The Little Liar. I have not read this, and I'm keeping that. Then I have Frederick Bachman. So we have the Beartown series. I have read the first one. I even reread it at the end of last year in preparation to finish the series, and I haven't picked up book 2 or 3, but maybe series September is coming up, so we'll see. So 1 out of 3 of those are read. The other Frederick Bachman books I've not read. So we have My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You a Story, Anxious People, and his new one, My Friends, but have not read any of those either, so we're only at 1 so far. Oh, this fell out of order. Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale. I have read this. I would love to reread it someday, but it was good. I liked that one a lot. The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne I have read. And this one is No Two Persons by Erica Bauermeister. Have not read this one, but I have read that one. So that's 3 for the red shelf. All right, next author I have on this list is Diane Chamberlain, and I have quite a few. So The Silent Sister I have read, Secret Life of C.C. Wilkes I have read, and The Dream Daughter I have read. The Dream Daughter is one of my all-time favorite books, with The Nightingale, for sure those top 2. I love this book so much I'm afraid to reread it. So I've read those 3. I also have read The Last House on the Street. Diane Chamberlain, I've read that one as well. Next one I have is All the Truth That's in Me by Julie Berry. I believe this is young adult. Have not read that one. Collected Regrets of Clover, I have read. Whistling Past the Graveyard, have not read. This was a birthday gift last November from Amber over at Books and Beaches, so thank you, Amber. Greenwood, have not read. Heard about this at a booktube retreat, and I still have not read it, from last year. These are a little out of order the way I have them stacked, but we have more Diane Chamberlain. So The Good Father is one I have not read. Necessary Lies, have read that one. Have not read The Stolen Marriage. Okay, Woman of Light, have not read. Again and Again, not read. James, have not read. Dying to, gonna try to read this by the end of the year. And then last but not least on this shelf, the 100 Years of Lenny and Margot. Love this one. It's not for everybody, but I gave it 5 stars. This pulled on all the heartstrings. So let's see. Let's find the final count on the first shelf today. Okay, so that first shelf I read 10 only out of that 25. Now the hard part, to pick one to either get rid of or try a chapter. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I can't unhaul any of these, but I am going to do a try a chapter of Women of Light. Woman of Light. I got this at my Dollar Tree. I couldn't believe they actually had a book there that, like, I've heard of. But it sounds so good, so I'm going to do a try a chapter because I don't know much about this, but it's an epic of betrayal, love, and fate that spans 5 generations. So sometimes the generational books I either love or hate, so that's why I decided to do a try a chapter of this one. All right, let's get shelf 2. All right, next shelf has 26 books. Let's see how many I've read. The favorites, Lane Fargo, read and loved, keeping that one. White Oleander by Jeanette Fitch. I read this a long time ago, but I want to hold on to it because I remember loving it, and I'm anxious, or not anxious, but interested in trying it again and seeing if I still like it. Because Your Mind by Rhea Frey. Don't know what to expect. Never read that author. Want to keep that one. Swimming Lessons, Claire Fuller. This I really enjoyed. It's a little slower burn, but it was so good. So we're good. We're 2 for 2 so far. Another Claire Fuller, which I've only read the one Swimming Lesson, so I thought this cover was beautiful though. Just got this, oh gosh, last summer, I believe, or spring break, something like that. Keeping that one. Definitely want to keep this. Krista put from Books and Jams put this in my hands, All the Lonely People. And now I've actually had the Beatles song in my head with this line, All the Lonely People. It's fine. I won't sing it for you guys. You're welcome. Lisa Genova. I have Still Alice. And this one, Still Alice, is upstairs. So I'll be reading it soon for a project I'm working on. But Left Neglected. So I want to keep that at least until I know she is an author for me. Husbands. So interested in this one. This one is like kind of speculative fiction. Basically, she gets these husbands that come down from the basement, and she has to keep like living with them till she finds the right husband or something like that. I don't know. Sounds interesting. Sounds different. All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. Cannot recommend this to everyone, but 5 stars. This is one I want to reread. This might be a potential favorite of all time, but I have to reread it to commit to that. So that's another red. All right, these next ones are T. Greenwood. Don't know if I like this author. I haven't read, but we have Keeping Lucy and Grace. I got this one for $1, so, and it's in perfect condition. A Painted House by John Grisham. I don't know how I feel about this author. I have read him before a long time ago, so this will probably be my try a chapter, I think. Snow Falling on Cedars by David Guterson. This is made into a movie. It's won an award. I think, I don't know. I'm interested in it. I think it's sad. I think it's got like a, Vietnam feel to it. I'm not sure. So I'm keeping that one. Next one up, Matt Haig. Have not read Matt Haig, but I have The Life Impossible, which I believe is his latest one, and The Midnight Library. Definitely want to give those a try. My mom actually loved Midnight Library. Broken Country. Loved this book. Read this earlier this year. 5 stars. That one is definitely staying. The How and the Why by Cynthia Hand. This is a young adult. I'm interested in it though. So we're going to keep this one and give it a try. Next up is all my Kristen Hanna that I own. So this will help me because I've read all of these. We have Magic Hour. Definitely underrated, underread. If you haven't read Magic Hour and you like Kristen Hanna, please pick this up. Fly Away. Read that one. Firefly Lane. Read that one. The Nightingale. Favorite of all time. Read that one twice. And then I have 3 more. Summer Island is one I have not read. Summer Island, I'm holding the book sideways, sorry. Summer Island is need to read. The Woman loved it, and The Four Winds need to read. I want to try to read this one this year. Not too bad. And then last 2 on this shelf, The Sirens. Loved it. Thought it was so good. 5 stars. 5 stars for me. I can see not everyone loving it, but I really liked it. And The God of Endings by Jacqueline Holland. Definitely want to keep this one because this one intrigues me for sure. So out of that stack, let's see. Okay, out of those 26, I have read 11, and I am pulling this one off for Try a Chapter, A Painted House by John Grisham. All right, let's go on to the next shelf. Okay, next shelf has 26 again. As I'm doing this, I had a couple books on these shelves down here that didn't actually fit, so we are going to move the shelves around a little bit as I go, but we have 26 on the shelf to talk about. So first one I have not read is Cemetery Road by Greg Iles. This is an author I'm anxious to try. I found this super cheap somewhere, like I think a thrift store, so we're keeping that one. The American Marriage by Tayari Jones. I've had this for years and I still haven't picked it up. This is either going to be an unhaul or try a chapter. I'm going to keep going and see, but that's unread. Real Americans by Rachel Gong. I want to keep this. It's beautiful. It sounds really good. And I think it's a read with Jenna Pick, and I do well with those. The next 3 I have are Susan Kearsley. This is another author I haven't tried, but I have The Winter Sea, The Rose Garden, and The King's Messenger. This is the one I'm most interested in picking up, but I haven't read her yet. So do you guys think she'll be an author for me? Comment down below if you read Susanna Kearsley, if you think I would like her. Next one is Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. Love this, 5 stars. It's staying. Beast of Extraordinary Circumstances by Ruth Emmy Lang. Read this, loved it. More people need to read this one, in my opinion. Next 3 are also read. These are Tracy Lang. I'm a huge Tracy Lang fan. I think she only has 3 books out. But I gave all of them 5 stars. Hard-hitting contemporary. What Happened to the McCraes, I think, is my favorite, but it's the most recent one I read, so I'm not sure. The Connollys of County Down, and We Are the Brennans. So all 5 stars. If you haven't tried her out, definitely, she's an auto buy for me at this point. 3 5 stars, I'm buying your book. Okay, The Two Family House, haven't read. After the End, Claire McIntosh, haven't read. I've read her mysteries, but this is more of a contemporary from what I can, like a family saga, family story. Haven't read that one. And then Julianne McLean, These Tangled Vines. Definitely want to keep all of those. Next one I'm keeping, have not read, Wild Dark Shore. Kelly McNeil, A Day Like This. I'm still interested in this one. Keeping that one. Another read with Jenna. This is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I also have Cleopatra and Frankenstein by her, so I want to give her a try. Keeping those ones as well. These are all not going to fit when I put them back. Okay, Margarita Montemor. I loved Una Out of Order. Time travel, not for everyone, but I really enjoyed it. And then also Acts of Violet. This doesn't have the best ratings, but I really enjoyed this. So I'm going to give this a try a chapter and see what I think. So I'm keeping that one for try a chapter. All right, next to Leanne Moriarty. This is one of her newest ones. It's a signed copy. I want to give her a chance. I kind of broke up with her for a while, but I'm interested in trying this new one. And then I really enjoyed this when I read it, The Husband's Secret, but I'm going to unhaul this one. This is one of my pet peeves, is having this cover not match the edge. I don't know why publishers do that. It drives me crazy. But I'm going to unhaul this one. Keep this one. All right. Oops. The Love Story of Missy Carmichael. Haven't read. Definitely keeping. Still really interested in that one. And then Kate Morton. So I have Homecoming, which I read and really enjoyed. I know her writing, Kate Morton, it's very good, but I have to be in the right mood and headspace for her, I think. I have The Distant Hours and The Forgotten Garden, which again have those covers. But for now, I'm going to keep them and give them a try. So those are going to stay for now. Okay. So out of that shelf, I have read 11. And I'm going to unhaul this one and try a chapter of these two. Okay, next shelf has 24 books on it. I think 19 or 20 of them are Jodi Picoult books, so it might be a lot of Jodi Picoult to go through, but that's okay. Let's start with The Girls in the Stilt House. I think this may be historical fiction. It's kind of hard for me to tell from it, but I'm still interested in this one, so that one's staying. Next one is When We Believed in Mermaids. I heard really good things. My cousin really liked this book, so I'm definitely keeping this one. Plus, it's an author I want to try. I might have read one other thing by her. Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm still keeping that. Read that one. The Dutch House, signed first edition. Haven't read it, but I want to keep that one. And then Remarkably Bright Creatures. Love this. Marcellus is one of my favorite characters I read last year. 5 stars, so keeping that one. So, let's see. All right, the next are all Jodi Picoult. So we're going to go them really quickly. My Sister's Keeper, I have read. 10th Circle, I have read. Salem Falls, I have read. Vanishing X, I have read. Lone Wolf, read that one. Plain Truth, read that one. The Storyteller, I have not read. Wish You Were Here, have not read. Spark of Light, not read. Songs of a Humpback Whale, have not read. Leaving Time, read and loved. House Rules, read and loved. All right, I have not read The Book of Two Ways by her. And I have not read, whoa, I just dropped a book. I have not read Mad Honey. This is, has other authors on it, but I just kept it with all my Jodis. Have not read that one. Mercy and Perfect Match. Let's see. Yeah, read both of these. Change of Heart, I have not read this one. Second Glance, I have not read that one. And then 19 Minutes, I have read. So I'm going to count those all up and I'll be right back. Okay, off of that shelf, I have read 13, which is great news. The bad news is I don't want to get rid of any of them, and I don't want even to do a try-a chapter because I know I want to keep all of these. Every book I touched, I was excited about. But because the previous shelf, I unhauled one and put 2 in the try-a chapter pile, it's my channel, my rules, we're just gonna go with it, okay? If I rearrange the shelves, it would probably work out anyways, so we're gonna move on to the next shelf. Okay, next shelf, 26 books. I already cheated and looked. 8 of them I have already read. So let's show you what they are, and then we'll talk about which one I want to unhaul or try a chapter. So The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley. I definitely want to try this. Is book 1 in I think a 7-book series. Definitely keeping that one. Before I Let You Go by Kelly Rimmer. Definitely interested in that one. Keeping that one. Lily and the Octopus. Again, I don't love this type of cover, but I really want to give this a try, and if I love it, maybe I'll get a different copy of it. Starter Villain. Definitely still interested in that one. Alice Sebold's The Lovely Bones. Have not read this one either. There's not a lot read on this shelf. Only 8. The 13th Tale. This is an original printing, so it's a little older, but it's a first edition, and I really enjoyed the 13th Tale. A little bit slower burn, but super intriguing and engaging. Check that one out if you haven't read it. It's an older title. The Violent Conspiracy, loved this. Actually listened to this on audio. The audiobook is amazing because they have music in the audiobook. The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany, also love this one, so those are both staying. The Light Between Oceans, I really enjoyed this. I feel like this book sometimes gets hate, but I really liked it. It is that stupid copy with the weird edge, so maybe I'll unhaul this since I've already read it. I'm not sure. Next to her, Meg Schaefer, The Wishing Game, loved it, 5 stars, and The Lost Story, have not read that one yet. Keeping both of those. Erica Swiler, Light from Other Stars. This was another book recommendation from one of the BookTube Besties retreats. Actually, I just thought of a video idea. Anyways, back at this video. Okay, so I want to keep this one. Someone loved it, and so I wanted to give it a try. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I like this one, keeping this one. Next 3 are by an author, Glendy Vandera. I have read Where the Forest Meets the Stars. I feel like this is an underhyped book, not a lot of people know about, but I loved it. So I definitely am going to keep the other 2 I have by her, The Oceanography of the Moon and The Light Through the Leaves. I feel like her covers are just so gorgeous. I love this Lake Union publisher too. They have the really soft, buttery paperbacks. I might sound crazy, but if you know, you know. Okay, next one I got for $1. Valentine, Read with Jenna book. Want to give this a try for $1 for sure. The next 2 are Chris Whitaker. This was my favorite book of 2024 last year. So I want to give him read another one by him, and this is We Begin at the End. The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. Still interested in that one. This is an older backlist title of Lisa Wingate, but I love her books, and so this is Tending Roses, so I'm keeping that one. Definitely an older loved copy, but I'm interested in that. Sarah Winman, The Tin Man, want to keep that one. One of the most intimidating books on my shelves. Well, there's 2 that pop in my mind. This is one of them. This is A Little Life, because I think this one is very, 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 very sad. And I've just never been in the right headspace to pick it up, but it's definitely something I want to read one day. Keeping it even though I don't love that cover, but yeah. Keeping that one. Keeping, haven't read, Serpent King. Keeping, haven't read, The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery. I'm more interested in this one than Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, but this is so loved. You hear so much praise for this that I have to at least give it a try. So I'm going to keep all these 3 as well. Oh boy, I have to make a hard decision. I don't know what to do. I'll be right back. So I paused my video from recording, so you have no idea, but I spent way too long trying to make a decision. So what I decided to do is I am going to do a try chapter and see if this is something I would like to reread. If I want to reread, I will keep it. If I am good, then I will put it on Pango. It is in perfect, like I don't think it's ever been read, so it's in really good condition, especially for being an older book. But I did really enjoy this when I read it a long time ago. So this is going to be a try chapter to see if I want to reread it. And we're going to move on. I forgot to say, out of those 25, because I am going to try a chapter of one that I've already read. There's now 7 that I've read on the shelf out of 25. Next, we are going to be moving into historical fiction, and I'm going to really struggle getting rid of any of these, I think, but let's see. Okay, first historical fiction shelf has 23 titles on it. I have read 8. Let's just get started. It's going to be hard to narrow down what to get rid of. Okay, Daughters of the Dragon. I love this. This is a trilogy. I want to reread this and continue on with the trilogy one day. This is World War I historical fiction. Nope, World War II, historical fiction. The House is on Fire. Don't know, but it's based on a true story. Obviously, it's historical fiction. Have not read that one. The Personal Librarian. I want to keep that one. Under the Same Stars by Libba Bray. And Bluebird by Sharon Cameron. Keeping all those three. Have not read them. All Our Shimmering Skies. This is another, I think, World War II. Have not read. The Library of Legends and Dragon Springs Road, both by Janie Chang. Keeping all of those. Okay, next three are Emma Donoghue books. The Pull of Stars. I read it. I gave it 4 stars. Didn't love it, but I liked it. The Wonder by Emma Donoghue. Oh, just 2 by Emma Donoghue. Can keep both of them. And then The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. Definitely want to give her a try. It's the only one I own by her. I know Lindsay at Lindsay's Little Library loves Fiona Davis. Or maybe it's Krista. Maybe it's both of them. I can't remember. Keeping all of those. Next two are The Lindbergh Nanny and Hannah's War. I'm still interested in both of these, so I'd like to keep these on the shelf. Bluebird by Genevieve Graham. Want to keep this. This is like Canadian World War I history. Yeah, the Great War and post-war Prohibition. So I really want to read more from that time period, so I'm definitely keeping that one. Oh boy, these ones are heavy. Okay. Let's talk about Outlander for a second. This is book 3, 4, 5, and 9. I have read up to 5. I don't own 1 and 2. Just collecting them at used bookstores as I see them. I would like to keep all these on my shelves, and I would like to continue reading the series. I'm up to date on the show, but stopped at book 5. Memoirs of a Geisha. Read it, loved it. Would like to reread this one day. And then The 7 or 8 Deaths of Stella Fortuna. Interested in this one still. Kitchen House. Loved this one. Keeping it. This is, I think, like a companion book. Glory of Everything Over Everything. Haven't read that one. And then Water for Elephants. Keeping that one. So, I don't know what to do. I gotta give this some thought. Okay, I'm going to unhaul The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue because I did enjoy it. I think I gave it 4 stars or 3.5 stars. I know myself. I'm not going to reread this one because it wasn't an all-time favorite. It wasn't something that I necessarily recommend to everybody. It was just okay for me. That's my opinion. It is in very good condition. You can barely tell I read it. I'll put it in my Pango eventually. So, all right, we have 3 more shelves to go. All right, so on this shelf, we have 26. I have read 11. These are UK edition Stacey Halls. I have read The Familiars. And I've not read The Foundling or Mrs. England, but these are gorgeous and they're staying. Okay, next 2 are Pam Jenoff. We have The Orphan's Tale and The Lost Girls of Paris. I read this one and loved it, so we're keeping both of those. The Yellow Wife by Sadika Johnson, keeping that one. Lilac Girls by Martha Kelly. I really enjoyed this. Want to keep that one. This is actually middle grade, so I should probably move that to that shelf. But this is They Went Left. It's also historical fiction, so I might move that one. I'm not sure. Okay, The Invention of Wings by Sue Monk Kidd. Want to keep that one. And 11/22/63. It's a little bit beat up of a copy, but I still haven't read this, so I'm definitely keeping those. The Exiles by Christina Baker Klein. Want to give that one a try. Okay, these 4 are all Ariel Lawhon. Frozen River, favorite of last year. Keeping that one. Have not read Codename Helene. The Wife, the Maid, and the Mistress. I really liked it until I read The Frozen River, and that one blew me away. So, but I still want to keep this one. And then I Was Anastasia, so want to read this one as well. Ariel Lawhon, I feel like could be an auto-buy author for me. I just want to read a couple more, but so far I've really enjoyed what I've read by her. Kristen Harmel is the next author up. I have not read The Paris Daughter, The Forest of Vanishing Stars, but I have read The Book of Lost Names, 5 stars, and The Room en Rue Amélie. I gave this one 4, I believe, but I enjoyed both of those. All right, next for Amy Harmon, another author who is very quickly becoming an auto-buy author for me. Absolutely love this book. Favorite of the year, or one of them. It's a contender. Making Faces. What the Wind Knows, another 5 star. Have not read this one, really want to. And then Where the Lost Wander. I can't remember if I gave this 4 or 5 stars, but I'm keeping all of those. Next two are by Georgia Hunter. I have not read One Good Thing or We Were the Lucky Ones, but I'm still interested in trying this author out, so I want to keep those. And then loved this book, 5 stars, The Attic Child by Lola J. So this is going to be another really challenging shelf for me. Let me give it some thought. Okay, another challenging shelf, but I am going to try a chapter of The Exiles by Christina Baker Klein. She wrote The Orphan Train, which I really liked, so that's why I'm hesitant to just unhaul it, because I don't think I've read anything else by her other than The Orphan Train, and I loved that. That was really good. So we're going to keep this one for now and do a try chapter. Okay, second to last shelf for the day has 26 books on it. The first 3 are by Bianca Murray. Both of these are staying. Love them. It's If You Want to Make God Laugh and Hum If You Don't Know the Words. And then I haven't read this one, but I plan to. This is The Witches of Moonshine Manor. Keeping all those. Next 2 I'm keeping. They're by A.J. Pierce. It's Dear Mrs. Bird. They're short and sweet. And then this is the sequel, Yours Cheerfully. Keeping both of those. So far I've only read 2. Take My Hand, read, loved, 5 stars, keeping for sure. All right, let's talk about the Queen Kate Quinn. I only own 3 out of these ones. I have only, Diamond Eye I have read, Alice Network I have read, but I have not read Phoenix Crown. As you'll notice, this is by Janny Chang as well, who I have 2 books by her as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep all those. I'm realizing these are a little out of order alphabetically, but I'll fix them when I get to the shelf. Keeping this one, The Whalebone Theater, The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek, West with Giraffes, and 2 by Constance Sayers. So A Witch in Time, which I'm interested in reading this October, and The Ladies of the Secret Circus. So same author. Still interested in those. Okay, Looking for Jane, The Librarian Spy I read, Roses and Dragonfly by Leila Meacham. This is an author I found out about from Lindsay's Little Library. Never read her, want to try both. All right, let's talk about Susan Meisner. So Secrets of a Charmed Life, have not read. Bright as Heaven, hate this copy, have not read. The Nature of Fragile Things, have not read. And this is Ariel Lawhon, Christina McMorris, and Susan Meisner, When They Had Wings, have not read those. Okay, last 4, Silka's Journey by Heather Morris. Circus Train by Amita, what's her name? Amita Parikh, I don't know how to say that. And 2 by Gil Paul. Let's see which one I'm going to get rid of. Okay, another hard shelf, but I'm going to try a chapter of this one. And the reason why I picked this one is because it's blanking me right now. I'm blanking right now. There's another book that is the same historical fiction piece that I read. This is about the Packhorse Library of the 1930s. I can't remember what the name of it was. I'll pop it here if I remember. But I've already kind of read the story, and I know what you're thinking, like, so how many World War II fictions have you read? Like, for sure. But I think I'll try a chapter because it just didn't spark the same amount of excitement as the other books on the shelf that I knew for sure I wanted to keep. Even Bright as Heaven kind of played with the idea of this one for a while because I hate that cover. But I really want to read this one. So out of these two, I'm more interested in this one. So we're going to try a chapter and keep this one. Okay, on the shelf I just showed you, that was 25 books. I have read 6, and I put 1, so it was 26, but I put 1 on a try a chapter. So now we're at 25 for that shelf, and I read 6 of them. All right, last shelf. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I know it's a lot. We have 23 books left. Let's see what the final historical fiction shelf has for us. Okay. Eternal by Lisa Scott Online. I've read her, but only her mystery thrillers, and I'm very curious to see how she does in historical fiction. The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. I have not read that one. Ruta Sepetys, Salt to the Sea. And Out of the Easy. I read Salt to the Sea. Fountains of Silence. I have read that one. River Sing Me Home. The Help, of course I've read. Beneath a Scarlet Sky, read that one. The Book of Speculation by Erica Swyler, have not read. And The Good Left Undone, have not read. Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe and the Coffee Shop of Curiosities by Heather Weber. Not read either of those. An author I'm dying to try, Beatrice Williams, but I have not read Summer Wives and Our Woman in Moscow. Lauren Willig, Band of Sisters. Still Life by Sarah Winman. Ellen Marie Wiseman, I'm definitely keeping all of these. So we have The Orphan Collector, have not read. The Lost Girls of Willowbrook, read and loved. The Life She Was Given, read and loved. Coal River, have not read. And What She Left Behind, read and loved. And then the last two, The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods and Four Treasures of the Sky by Jenny Zhang. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Okay, let's see. How many of these have I read? Be right back. Okay, perfect timing because I'm losing light. So out of that shelf, 23 books, I only read 7. And I think I'm going to unhaul Band of Sisters by Lauren Willig. I don't know. I reread the synopsis. I don't know how interested I am at this point. Comment down below if you're like, no, that's a great book. You have to at least try a chapter. But for now, this is going to go in my Pango shop as well. All right, that is all for today for part 2. Thank you so much. That was a lot of books that we went through. Okay, we just talked about, you guys made it through 228 books. Out of those 228, I have only read 81. And for today's video, I pulled 7 to do a try a chapter of, and 3 that I decided to unhaul. So not too bad. I am happy with that. Thanks again as watching as always. Look out for part 3. I'm not sure when that's coming. Just want to get some other stuff out first for the end of August and early September, but it will be coming as soon as possible. Thanks again, as always, for watching my channel, taking the time. I truly love all of you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.